the Stoop, and the Stoop is Fit to Print, which is a sort of newer board game. It's real time, it's tile laying, it's around about players trying to assemble a newspaper front page with various different articles and pictures and ads to try and score points. And the way you orientate and put everything together is how you do that. Joining me today is a number of Australian journalists, some familiar to the show, some who are here for the very first time. I'm very glad they're all here. Can you introduce yourself and tell us about some of your work? Jam, kick us off.
Sure. Hi, I'm Jam Walker. I freelance in games media to anyone who will take me and pay me.
Yep,
that's you can find my work out there everywhere, mostly through Twitter, because it's chaotic and sporadic and everywhere.
Alice?
Hey, I'm Alice Clarke, and I'm a freelance journalist, and I will write for anyone who'll have me on almost any subject, except for the ones I don't know anything about.
Hey, I'm Emily. I'm a writer for Kotaku Australia. I like to scream into the void about basically anything that is a hyperfixation for me, which just so happens to mostly be video games.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you all for coming. Now, we've played just a little practice game of this, but what's going to happen is we've got these tiles here, which are, we're going to frantically flip them over. We're looking for ads like this. We're looking for pictures, which will have storing conditions. We're looking for articles, which will be either pink, blue, or green, and they'll also have a happy or sad. And as we're flipping stuff over, we'll decide whether we want to keep them, put them on our desk, or we will leave them back on the table. Once we think we have enough articles, we're going to say layout, and we're going to then put those different articles and different pictures and stuff onto our paper. We're doing Friday, Saturday, then Sunday. Paper gets bigger each day. We're doing all of that in 4 minutes, real time, as we are all scrambling to grab stuff. We are trying to do storing and trying to place everything correctly. You can't put the same color articles together, thankfully, or ads or pictures. So there's a bit of a balancing act there. You lose points for too much white space, and you lose points for articles left over. We're not going to do a full rules teach, but that's the gist of the game. There are plenty of great resources online that you can get the full rules. We may make mistakes, but that's part of playing games. Alice, I think you have a timer.
I do have a timer.
That's set for 4 minutes. Are we ready to just have a go?
Ready to rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
So should I press it?
Ready to journalism.
Yep.
Okay, we're doing it.
Yeah, the articles are also happy or sad, and you've got to try and balance them. And I think I always forget.
Yes, analyzing the mood.
Yep.
Feeling the room.
Yeah, never was great at that.
Yeah, who is?
Certainly not me.
Each photo, okay. It's like also got we each got our own little storing condition card.
I'm gonna risk it.
I'm gonna go layout, which means I can't take any more and I have to make do, and hopefully I haven't stuffed up.
I'm also going to go layout.
I'm also going to go layout.
How's that balance
like peer
looking
pressure.
between happy and sad?
Bad.
You mean in general?
Yeah. Photo adjacent to an ad. Okay.
Oh, I did not grab anywhere near enough.
Yeah, I might
I
not
was
either.
feeling so proud.
Yeah, neither did I, actually.
How are we going time? Oh, okay.
I've messed this up a lot, very significantly.
Tried my best.
I can't even say that, really.
I can go there. Okay. Yeah, I think this is one of those days where you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've got 2 things left over, which I don't want to have left over.
I've got like 5. I overpicked so hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I underpicked massively,
Okay.
and there's no news today.
Okay, I think I'm layout,
yeah, I-
Print.
print.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, look, I will
Bingo.
as well. Okay. So, we finished a little bit early, and I think looking at papers, I think, Jam, well, you got, is that, oh no, yep, perfect. Yep, Alice, that's a sparse
Bad.
newspaper. Yeah, okay. We're going to do a little bit of storing, and then we'll Wayne's World it so we can not show all the storing, and we'll see how we did at the end of the first round. So looking at our stores for Friday, somehow, despite everyone's different layouts and approaches, we all actually end up at 11 points. So we're all even Steven. A couple of us have some articles ready to go for the next round. We've also drafted our next tile in our turn order of when we yelled print. Guys, having now played this once for one round, what's your first impressions?
It's stressful, but kind of satisfying.
I'm bad at it.
I'm also bad at it, but in a different way.
The points reflect that we're all equally bad at it.
Yeah, I think that's
beautiful.
beautiful.
Yeah.
But also, like, in terms of, like, obviously it's a game, so if you're not great at it, especially the first time you play it, it's no big deal. Obviously we've got 2 more rounds to go, but are you excited to see what Saturday will bring us?
Oh, absolutely.
I used to write for a Sunday paper that had a feud going with the daily paper because they were 2 separate businesses. So I will never be excited for a Saturday paper on principle.
We'll be back for the Saturday round. We're back with Fit to Print, and we're moving on to the Saturday paper, which is a little bit larger, which means we've got more space to fill. We've drafted our new starting tiles, which center tiles, which give us some unique perspectives or storing conditions. We've got our leftover tiles from last round, except for Alice, who decided to not have negative points for some reason. What a weirdo. Before we kick us off, I guess let's have a quick chat. You were saying one thing that this reminds you of is the mad scramble is sort of similar to deadlines. What is that like as journalists to try and always have that pressure for deadlines?
You're just going to get some silent 1,000-yard stares here if you're not careful.
Deadlines are your god. Like, it takes a little while to get used to them, especially as a freelancer, but you have to fully respect them. And sometimes your deadline is, oh, you have to have this done in 3 months, which means in 2.5 months' time, you'll start thinking about it. Recently, I had a call from an editor saying, hey, can you find and interview an expert and file 800 words in the next 45 minutes? Which I can, apparently, but it's quite a stressful moment to have to. But those are kind of the moments that you live for, I think, like when the adrenaline's going.
And I guess you reach into the back pocket of 20 years of experience, having been in journalism and writing. So you've sort of come in where there was, obviously we're looking at physical papers, which still are around, but like not really. Because I think when we think of articles and coverage, they're sort of, they're part of an outlet, but it's almost an individual thing as opposed to a part of a whole. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like, well, you're fully digital. I think
Yeah.
I'm the only one who's been print media for most of my career.
I don't think a single article that I have written since I began like writing has ever been in a physical copy. Perhaps other than maybe like a school newsletter if I ever wrote for one, but yeah, no, all digital.
Is that something you sort of regret missing?
Sort of, to some degree. I think it would be nice to like be like, oh, look at this article, like one of my first ones, and like have it like written on a piece of paper. I don't know, make my dad stick it on the fridge or something. Like I don't really get to do that. I'd have to like fully print out a page with all the ugly HTML.
Yeah, it doesn't have quite the same ring to it. You can't necessarily
No.
frame that and have it on your wall with a big picture of Batman on it.
Okay, I was waiting for that. It took a very, very long time to get a video game on the cover of the entertainment section I was writing for in the Sunday Herald Sun. And so when it finally happened, and it happened once, for Batman Arkham City, for my birthday, my mum had the spread printed, so it had like the cover and like it wasn't even my first cover. Like I had magazine covers and I had a lot of TV guide covers in the paper, but there was something about this one that was extra special. So yes, at my house I do still have a framed feature. And at my dad's place, he has a framed copy of a column I wrote about him and his really weird house, framed.
Nice.
Yeah.
What we will do though is a Saturday paper. We've got 4 minutes on the clock. When you're ready, Alice, kick us off.
Go.
So the other thing to remember is advertising, because the paper at the end of the third round with the least amount of advertising revenue shuts down. So you have to also, and they don't score points.
And on the fourth round, we unionize.
All right, join your union. It's my main advice to all budding journalists.
I think I've just been taking every single tile I flip over.
Yeah, same here.
I don't think there are any colors other than green, and all of them are sad.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of sad ones here.
Oh, I haven't even looked. Oh, every time there's always one thing I forget. What do I have to keep track of 3 things? Ugh.
Okay, and laying out.
I'm gonna take one big one. I'm also gonna lay out.
I'm also gonna lay out.
Fight the power. Okay, now I'm laying out.
Okay, 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go.
Yeah,
Why
I
did
should
you
have
not
thought
check the
through
angles of these?
Saturday size better.
Oh no.
What's happened?
Just bad at things.
No, that's pink and pink. That doesn't work. Oh, yeah, Saturday is bigger.
I'll just go accept it. That's fine.
Oh, these are all bad.
Oh, that doesn't fit. Okay. Oh no, now I'm just throwing everything away. Oh god.
Regretting the career choice.
Look, if you don't do that at least once a week as a journalist in 2024, then you're doing it weird.
I think I'm I think I'm done. I think I'm calling it.
Yeah, print.
Right. That's the
Got
word.
30 seconds left. Okay, what do I want? I want something else. I can grab some other stuff if I can find something that I like. Yeah, I'll take. I can take 1 to 2 extra tiles. I'll grab that. 4 seconds.
Do they have to be the correct way up?
Yes.
I mean, yay.
Timer is done.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Alice, we're printed. No more touching.
Okay.
That was our Saturday round. Look, I think we underestimated the size a little bit. Let's see how we scored.
Badly.
After Saturday's round, we have we're no longer tied. We have some store changes. Jam and I are doing our best to battle for last place at 23 and 24 points respectively. Emily is doing well on 28. Alice is ahead on 33.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Nice.
However, what is potentially important is our ad revenue. We've got 9, 7, 5, and 4. At the end of the next round, whoever has the lowest, regardless of their score, will lose. So that might be a consideration. We'll come back for the Sunday paper. So the Sunday paper is bigger than Friday and Saturday, but still only costs 2 acorns, which is nice. We're going to be going off for our final mad scramble to get as many points as possible. Before we start, I guess we've talked a little bit about deadlines and the that nature of journalism that you've got to hit them, and it's like the frantic nature here. One other thing we see is obviously the storing conditions here are based on layout. We've got also storing conditions based on happy or sad. Is trying to get a balance. Without going into details of individual publications, do you find that some outlets like certain types of coverage that they maybe this is more positive reviews as opposed to being critical, or have you found anything like that?
I would say that based on the publications that I've written for or spoken to, at least in my experience, it's not so much based on positive or negative as much as it is on, I guess, like their tone of voice or perhaps what they want you to maybe hone in on, whether that's like angle-wise or otherwise. So whether that's more critical analysis or looking more at like the humorous or interest kind of side of things.
I guess at the same time too, it's like, and I say this as someone who recently was a game development graduate, and it was hard to feel optimistic about the job market in the industry a few years ago. It's pretty horrifically bleak globally right now. So it's kind of also nice to have like some celebration of the industry and the art, as well as the realities of like some of the horribleness and labor behind it. So I guess that balancing is kind of important. Not for any other reason than like it's good to portray all sides of a thing.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to agree. What are you going to say?
I was going to say, like, from the perspective of like, because obviously I kind of need to lay out my day of what I'm going to write about. I also try to balance the vibe of what I'm writing about, so I'm not sort of getting real into doom and gloom. Everyone's being laid off just all day, every day. I kind of try and pepper in like a nice public interest, like, oh, look at this wonderful game that's being made by this indie studio, just to kind of make sure that I don't get to the end of the day with a stress headache.
Yeah, I guess it can't all be crunch time and layoffs when you're covering video games.
And like, I love doing features. I love going really in depth into a story, and I love really living with it and making it my whole thing. But you can't do that all the time, especially with the current rates for features.
Especially with a difficult 1,000-word word count.
Even with, you can do a lot in 1,000 words. Like, you can write stories that will make major policy changes in 1,000 words. You can write that in 500 words. But it's more, that is such a mental toll. So you have to kind of balance how often you do that and be like, oh, I'm just going to live in reviews land for a while and kind of have a palate cleanse. Okay, now I'm going to go back deep into something that really matters. Yay, headphones. Woo.
But then you can be in reviews land and think, wow, I spent 90 hours in this game and still got paid the same as I would have for a 6-hour game.
Yeah, that's with game reviews. That is depressing.
Yes.
And same with laptop reviews. Laptop reviews take forever, and I hate it, except for sometimes when I love it. It's really...
Or just do what I do and do a show without reviews, so you don't need to do that. And don't worry about that, and just hang out with friends, new and old. Speaking of which, we've got to put together a paper.
What a segue, Liam.
I know.
So smooth.
Loved it.
I've only been doing community television for a decade. Let's go for Sunday. We've got 4 minutes on the clock. Ready?
4, 3, 2, 1, go. No, I didn't press it. Now go.
Trying not to lose a gazillion points from the happy sad thing.
Oh yeah, I should pay attention to that. Oh gosh.
And then also what the pitchers want. So Emily, you're sitting clear at the moment in terms of ad revenue. Who do you think should have been knocked out?
Oh, I don't know. It depends how hard Jam wants to shill in their paper.
I do need money right now.
Sorry.
I need a positive. I need one positive. That's definitely not enough.
Yeah, I need more positive.
How will your discs are needed? Mine's such a mess.
It happens.
I was actually trying to do like half and half. Like okay, I've got 2 negatives. I'll get 2 positives and just keep balanced.
Oh, I'm totally overdoing it on photos.
Same. I'm gonna...
Like a layout.
Yeah, I'm going layout.
Damn. Layout.
Yeah, I'm
didn't spill
gonna
my
lay
king.
out.
That's the
done.
timer. Oh, I'm going to score badly with this.
So
I have
who's
so
second,
many.
third, and fourth?
I don't think it really matters for this
Yeah.
one because you're not scoring.
It matters that I'm first.
Yep. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.
That's all I needed.
Okay, let's work out the final scores. And I've just worked out the scores for the final round. And look, do we really need to go over the scores?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Absolutely.
Everybody wins in the world of journalism.
No, except the person with the lowest ad revenue, and I think there was a big push. You scored 10 in the last round. Alice scored 8. Emily 5. I had 5 as well, but that actually put me on 12 total ad revenue, which means my paper was the lowest earner. So I folded and went out of business.
You're the Argus.
Yes.
Which
Bye
is-
bye.
Yeah.
Which means regardless of my points, I was 3rd place. I'm actually now. I just need to just go.
Aw.
So we have in 3rd place, Jam on 38. On 2nd place, Alice on 51.
Ooh.
And on 1st place, Emily on 52.
Well done.
So that
I
was
win
that was
journalism
fit to
today.
print.
You do.
You can adjust the round times to be longer or shorter depending on how frantic you want it to be. There are other sort of player powers and cards that affect each round, but that is the game. Thank you all for joining me.
Thanks
Thank
for
you for
having
having
me.
me.